Can you delete what AI has learned? Yes, no, maybe. Simple. Depends on the tool. Welcome to my YouTube channel where you regularly see new content on privacy. We are talking about AI and privacy these days because every AI step has the potential to impact your privacy depending on how are you using AI or artificial intelligence. For example, we are saying deletion. Deletion is very familiar. You have a retention policy. You can get into the system, delete the records. Once you delete the records, the systems can be updated and what appears to be is fresh data. That's true for any database. That's true for file server also. Delete the folder where you have the personal information lying there. Right? So there's a deletion process, there's a retention schedule in terms of backups also, right? But then AI has already learned it. And even from AI, you can remove things. When you remove them from your apps, it is assumed, or the app maker gives you a time schedule as to after how much time would the data actually get removed from the app. But the AI learns from large data sets. Patterns get identified, relationships get created, and the models get trained accordingly. Knowledge is generalized. The best way to use AI if you are using personal information is that you enter masked data. Masked data to me means you are not entering the correct name if entering name is mandatory. You are pseudonymizing it, right? You may not need to enter an address ever. You can enter the colony, locality, location, district, right? So if you train or if you want to train AI on data, this could be one of the ways. AI will learn not the names and addresses of your customers, not their banking information. Until answer, of course, you need to enter banking information, but then you have to have ways to make sure that it is safe there. And that AI is not using it with anyone else. Information is not going out. Data may be deleted, no record visible for that particular person who requested his right to erase, but the insight remains. I don't mind it because that's a learning. I would never come back and say, once upon a time, you had entered a record of Mr. So and so with bank account number so and so. It will just give you a generalized pattern. And I gave this example earlier in an earlier video also. It just asked me, how much time have they taken to pull out the blood of your body as a blood donor and how much ml? And I said, I'm yet to start. So it said, okay, once it is complete, let me know. Two usages. One, of course, AI is trying to learn that if I say everything went normal, 10 minutes, 400 ml. It does not care about my name. What does it care about now? Cares age, a couple of physical limitations or medical limitations that AI was aware of, amount of time taken, amount of blood taken. What it does to me, it says, well, if under these circumstances this is what has happened, then you are perfectly healthy. And that's where it has already learned from someone else. It didn't tell me, once upon a time Mr. X came to one of my other avatars and told, or he was 2 years elder to you, so they took only 300 ml. Simply said, at an average, what I have learned, yes, this is absolutely perfectly fine. So, because you have donated after many years, we were all suspicious, but then you are perfectly healthy, right? So, models remain, learning remains, and the records go off, right? Governance questions. Can we remove the stored data? Yes, no. Can we remove the training data? Yes, you can. But you have to have a mechanism that your tool remembers the inferences without remembering the personal information and the records of personal information. Can we remove the patterns? No, you cannot remove the learned patterns. Ideally not, because then what is AI doing for it? Ideally, the purpose of AI is to give you a better, more polished opinion, more experience. Can I retrain the model? You already have data with you. You want to put it again? Really depends on your circumstances. And can you apply new controls? Yes, but that all is not dependent on the individual records. It's depending on what did the AI learn from you? Transparency matters. You need to understand the memory of AI. You need to understand the data life cycle. For how long do you want to retain the personal information into the AI tool, whether it's a text editor or a fintech? It does not matter. You need to model or document the model rather. You need to govern the AI's behavior, and you need to be very sure that the decision making is accurate, or at least is known why that decision was made. Was it left to AI, or was a manual oversight applied? Design for the future. Build accountability early. Document all your training resources. Track your life cycle. Define your retention processes and monitor the governance controls. And these are certain very, very important things that you need to understand and do. Key takeaways: AI governance is evolving. Please be very sure that you are not entering too much of personal information and not retaining it too long over there. You cannot tell a user that your information will be processed within 3 months and then deleted immediately, but you kept it on AI. I repeat the same thing. AI is your data processor. Accountability is yours. So the retention policy is going to be applied on AI should be the same as what you would have applied if you had outsourced the processing manually. AI introduces its own challenge, so you need to be very careful about it. Learning can create complexities, but the transparency builds trust, and remember, it's your accountability. That's the most important thing under any privacy norm, including the Great Indian DPDP Act 2023. I hope you like the content of the video. Please press the bell and the like icon, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Share your feedback in the comment section, and if you think you need any help in privacy or AI governance, my contact details are available in the video description. Thank you.